honestly, I've got to take full responsibility for my team. Obviously, we were terrible again tonight. Just a real inability to defend, play with the level of fortitude that you have to play with to be a great team. We seem to struggle with the things that we worked on and we talked about doing. We really struggled with that. And so if my team can't go out and do the things that we're talking about doing, then I got to take responsibility. I have to find a way to get through them and have them fully understand what it takes to be successful. We're just not there. We seem to not be able to have enough guys on the floor that know what they're doing at a high enough level to be very good right now. We're really struggling. We're really struggling to guard the basketball one-on-one. Teams are just driving the ball on us. It didn't matter who they isolated. We talked about that. We talked about being in position off the ball to help each other. And we really just struggled to do that tonight. And then offensively, we just struggled to make quick decisions. I thought their ball screen defense gave us a lot of issues, understanding where we should go with the ball, when to shoot, when to dribble, when to pass it, how to pass it. We just struggled to make decisions. Their pressure really inhibited us from making good decisions. They did a great job. Coach Allen and their staff did a great job, and their players did a great job tonight.
Coach, the biggest thing that kind of stands out right when you look at the stat sheet is the 50 to 16 points in the paint. And I mean, it looked like Army did a great job getting the ball inside, like you mentioned. They played a lot of really good defense on Suk. What do you attribute the discrepancy there to?
Not being able to guard the ball, so they just drove the ball to the paint on every possession. They weren't even running their stuff as much as they would break it off and just go one-on-one. So they were able to get the ball into the paint, and then they did a good job at times. If that guy didn't finish, they did a good job of cutting and getting cutters to the rim, and that's how they scored the majority of their points in the paint. They weren't really posting us up. They were just driving the ball on us.
And then on the passing front, there were a lot of long passes that your team had to make. There were a lot of cross-court passes, and some of those connected. Some of them led to turnovers, like you mentioned.
Yeah, we're like a backup quarterback. We were struggling to make those plays, and we weren't really necessarily trying to make those passes all the time, but we definitely struggled to make those plays.
So is that a communication error? Or is it just a processing error on?
Yeah, I think our ability to process, what they're seeing and where the ball should go and how it should get there. We need to shorten those passes. So if I'm one pass away, I need to kind of shorten the pass so that guy doesn't have to throw that pass every time. We have to do a better job of that and make the easy ones. We have to watch the film and get better. That's the big thing. But that's pretty. I think that's a on your part. I think that's a good analysis offensively. One of them that we struggled with, and then we just held on to the ball too long. Like if we came off a ball screen, we just hold the ball, and then the defense can kind of get back to where they want to be. We just weren't getting rid of the ball quick enough.
You guys also, you experimented with a lot of lineups tonight. I know you had Pasco back too. Were there any combinations that you liked? Anything that you thought was interesting?
The answer is no.
Okay.
So it wasn't experimenting as much as we played every healthy body that we had.
Okay.
We had 9 healthy guys. We played them all, in that second half, I need to do a better job of managing my team when they went on a run. But we played all guys, and obviously we have some guys that just, they're not ready. They're not ready to play the roles that they're playing right now. Hopefully with some of these guys coming back, we're able to put some of these guys in role, and then we need some of these guys to step up and be better. And I need to be better, honestly. We all need to be better. I told my team that I'm not going to sit here and just blame them and point the finger at them. This is on all of us. This is a bit of an embarrassment to our program. The guys that have been here for a long time know that, and we got to go out and do something about it.
And coach, early in the first half, you go down by 10, and then you go on a bit of a run to get it to a 3-point game, and then Army goes on a run at the end of the first half, makes it a 9-point game, and just kind of runs away with it. So I'm just wondering what you want to see more from your team in terms of consistency and trying to just consistently score.
Yeah, we just have we're having a hard time of consistently playing the right way. Whether it's coming down and getting the type of shots that we want, and playing with a nice rhythm offensively, where you're getting the shots that you practice every day and you're ready to shoot. But all these teams are kind of packing the paint. They're doubling on Suk, and they're going to force us to make jump shots. So then we end up taking a lot of jumpers because they're there. And then, in the second half, we made some, but we struggled in the first half. We were 4 for 18. We took 18 threes in the first half. You shoot 18 threes in a half. That's a lot of threes. So we can't afford to take bad ones. We have to take good ones. And then we got to try to get the shots that we want to get. And I think part of it is that, again, we're kind of out of rhythm without guys that have been here, and we're playing guys in roles that they're not comfortable playing in. And then you mix in with some new guys, and now all of a sudden it's hard to sustain any level of play on both sides of the ball. We're struggling to defend, and we're really struggling to play good offense. And so there are times in the game, even in the second half, in the start of that second half, we were grinding out some possessions, maybe 3 possessions in a row, but then offensively, whether we turned it over, took a bad shot, didn't get a good shot, we weren't able to play good enough basketball to make a dent in the lead. And then once that happens, where we start to struggle offensively, then I think it impacts us defensively, and then all of a sudden, boom, the other team's able to go on a run. That's a long answer to a quick question, but I think you get the gist of what I'm saying.
At the end of your opening statement, you gave props to Army, and a lot of coaches talk about how well the military teams and how they present a very tough challenge, and just how well coached they are, how well conditioned. I was kind of wondering what challenges specifically they think they posed to your team, and how they were able to just take advantage of it.
They are committed to doing what they do. They're going to go out. I mean, if you're going to be a good team, you kind of know who you are. And then you have to have guys on the floor that really understand your philosophy on both sides of the ball and have the ability to play that way. And that's what they have. Both Army and Navy are very disciplined. They play the way that they play. They're committed to that. And so they're able to kind of, when things get tight, they just rely on who they are. And right now we are struggling with that. We're struggling with our identity. When things get tight, we don't really know what we want to do right now. And they do. And I think that's one of the things. And both teams are well coached. They do a great job.
Last question for me, Coach. Obviously, really short turnaround again. And you've mentioned, we've talked about a couple different things that you want to address with your team. How do you go about doing it in 22 and less hours?
Well, I've been here before, man. I was a head coach at Columbia, and we had to play back-to-back nights. And there was some nights we got spanked, and we came back and got it done the following night. But I'm just looking for us to be able to play better basketball. We just need to play better basketball on both sides of the ball. To me, I think that's the biggest thing. Can you get better you know, we need to see some growth. There were some things we did tonight that were better, but overall we have to play better. And that's kind of what I want to see. You know, if we lose, but we know what we're trying to do. Everybody's on the same page. We know what we're trying to do. It should be very clear of what we're trying to do. Right now, we're very disjointed on both sides of the ball.
I'm all set. Good, Max.
Yeah, I'm all set too.
All right. Thank you, Coach. I appreciate it.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
I'll see you guys.
Yep. See ya.